вновь я приветствую вас на своем канале, дорогие друзья. Сегодня мы вновь продолжим игру Vampyr. Посмотрим, что же нам принесет новая глава. Будем знакомиться с персоналом больниц, как я понимаю. Не просто же так нам сказали работать в ночную смену с остальными. Не одни же мы там будем, правильно? Так. Продавать предмет с осторожностью. Так. 15 метров. Ну, подождут еще. Угу. Какой мерзкий сейчас был звук. Ну да не суть. Кто там меня хочет? Да-да.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead.
Неплохо.
Now, where's the hospital
Предлагает
storeroom?
заниматься крафтингом.
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Это сильно.
Perhaps I should
Хранить
look there
запасы в морге.
first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Неплохая ирония. Дверь в конце переулка. Так. Неизвестно. Меддокторов-то здесь прилично. Даже слишком, я бы сказал. Здесь что? Что это? Старая пила. Ну, может пригодиться. Вы кто? Сударь?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Дилетанты.
Thank you for your
Понятненько.
time. We'll talk later.
Понятно, дружок, мне с тобой разговаривать больше не о чем. А вы кто?
I'm quite busy right now,
А,
Dr. Reed.
понятно. То есть ты еще и
Thank you
телепортироваться
for your
умеешь.
time. We'll talk later.
Я вас понял. Да, фак, это был не он.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an
И
honor,
для
sir.
меня честь, друг мой.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Прошу простить, но мне нужно в морг.
Don't waste your time with me. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening. I'm
кто?
Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least
Интересно.
tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
I have to go now.
Для каждого диалога
Doctor.
нужна подсказка.
Good
Это
evening, madam.
сильно.
Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Ну, по факту мог бы.
Goodbye, Mrs.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Понятненько. А ты?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I
Коллеги
see.
ведут спор.
Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Не заживает рука. Господи, боже мой, это
Goodbye
будет
for now.
больно.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Это будет больно. Неоконченное письмо. Пембрукская больница, 2 ноября. Мои милые дети, извините за то, что не писал вам раньше, но мне чертовски больно нацарапать даже пару слов на этой проклятой бумаге. Не бойтесь, как только врачи вылечат папину руку, он сразу выйдет из больницы. А пока, если вам что-то понадобится, пойдите на стройку и скажите мистеру Чедвику, что вы дети Харви Фиддика. Вы Роберта Чедвика помните? Большого усатого мужчину, который прошлой весной помогал мне чинить двери. Разыщите его и попросите несколько монет. Он вам не откажет. Мне жаль, что я пока не могу работать, но когда я выйду, мы что-нибудь придумаем. Не волнуйтесь, как только папина рука снова станет сильной, все будет хорошо. Как только врачи починят мою руку, я... Да.
Will this shift never end?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
You seem worried about the safety of your family, and it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
Жаль. О смерти жены.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after
Сочувствую
losing
вашим
their
детям.
mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Многие
I'm
погибли
sorry
под
for your
бомбами.
loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Goodbye for now.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Одни пробирки, мать их. Ты кто?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just
Что-то
Mr.
ты
Chadana,
натворил, дружок.
pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Ты держишь ломбард.
Goodbye,
И ты
Mr.
торгаш.
Chadana.
Окей. А там у тебя что?
It's locked, all right.
Понял.
I cannot enter.
Sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very...
Этот город нуждается в тебе. Каждый человек, вовремя получивший медицинскую помощь, это удар в самое сердце эпидемии. Требуются волонтеры. Обращайтесь в ближайшее представительство Министерства труда или пишите по адресу Лондон, Кингуэйс, 15.
angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave
It's
as your
locked.
wife. I hope that might help.
Мне кажется, или нас где-то надули. Но это то же самое. Если это морг.
It's locked, all right. Skull voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Боже мой. Они уже здесь. Fight. Fight with me. Свинцовая пластина. Образец разработан чистой крови. Так. Переход между локациями. Значит, морг тоже будет приличной локацией. Старый морг. Состояние района. Здорово. Так, скалей даже здесь. Не, ну в принципе логично. В морге, где им еще сидеть. Так, дорогие мои. А я вас вижу? Я вижу только кровь на потолке. Да, засуньте себе эти пробирки куда подальше. Дайте мне ингредиенты какие-нибудь. Пробирки, я думаю, найти не трап. Так, тут кто? Кукусики. Есть кто дома? По всей видимости, нет. Так. Лутать, лутать, лутать. Лутать нечего.
I cannot enter.
Дверь вниз. Ага. Нет.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Ведет себя так же, как Уильям Биш. Первый босс, который был скалем.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Ключ от подвала. Это топич. Есть тут еще кто-то? Ага, вижу. Не-не-не, мой друг. Оно так не работает. Патрон, картечь, оружие дальнего боя. Я не думаю, что оно мне пригодится. Ну, не сейчас. странные таблички.
It's locked, all right.
Не совсем понимаю, это нумерация кабинета? Когда я пробегаю, ломаются стулья. Ничего так вес у нашего мистера Рида. Образец разбавленной чистой крови. Это было сильно.
These scallops feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Да, скали питаются не кровью, скали питаются мясом. В этом-то вся проблема. Хотя питайся они кровью, был бы не лучше, на самом-то деле. Еще один. Так, этот послабее. Багусики. Шикарный баг. Полка? Нет, не слышал. А здесь? Все, я вас понял. То есть сама полка не исчезает какое-то время, и кажется, что ты ходишь сквозь нее. Что-то есть? Бродячий скаль. Расследование. Доступно новое расследование. Откройте меню. Так, окей. Выяснить причину смерти. Я прочел отчет доктора Типпетса относительно смерти Сэмюэля Коннора. Он не очень меня убедил. Возможно, мне стоит провести собственное расследование и выяснить, от чего умер пациент. Патологоанатом Пембрукской больницы. Отчет о расследовании. Покойный Сэмюэль Коннор. Раса европеоидная. Пол мужской. Возраст 39 лет. Домашний адрес неизвестен. Род занятий рыбак. Тип смерти естественная. Вероятная причина смерти. Быстро прогрессирующая пневмония с вирус-индуцированным уплотнением легкого. Испанский грипп. Испанка. Присутствующие на вскрытии доктор Коркоран Типпетс, медсестра Гвиннет Бранаган. Имя и подпись патологоанатома доктор Коркоран Типпетс. Значит, нужно найти эту медсестру и эту
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Так. Нужно вскрывать.
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean.
Чтобы
The
провести
chest has been
операцию.
reopened.
Но грудь вскрывали повторно. Ага. Уголки губ.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
Легкие
A
после операции.
puncture over the left lung. Possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error.
Понятненько.
It's time we talked.
Возьмем этого ублюдка за яйца.
It's locked.
Нет, мне, в принципе, Кол больше нравится. Оглушение, выпил крови, нанес небольшой дамаг. Так. Здесь что? Здесь где-то скаль. Ну, он либо в соседней, либо через комнату, как я понимаю. Ага, вот он. Хинин. Так, он ломился туда, значит там что-то интересненькое. Господи, какой он огромный. Вроде никого не видно. О-о-о. Подхиливаемся. Хорош. Что ж, он нас почти убил.
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Джон Доу. Да, скали какие-то жесткие. Так, тут ничего не лутается. Вроде нет.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Так, а тут у нас... Так. Стол для крафтинга. А тут у нас что? С этой стороны мы были? Да, там стоял скаль. Здесь мы не были. Мне нужна твоя кровь, дружок. Мне придется это сделать несколько раз. Мне придется это сделать. Вот. Детальки для крафта. Так, там какой-то хмырь побежал. А, то есть они еще и блоки научились выставлять. Еще разок. Часы. Да, скалей здесь, конечно, мама не горюй. Не-не-не, это выход, это выход. Нужно выше. Что-то еще наверху забыл.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. I cannot enter.
Я думаю, нам... Нет. Выше? Может, это просто в больницу рядом? Нет. Да. Удалить, удалить. То есть Коргоран, он где-то здесь?
It's locked, all right.
Получается, что так. Не до конца понимаю, как открыть ту дверь. Я где-то что-то упустил, скорее всего. Ну, это босс? Да, это босс. Здесь у нас двери не открываются. Так, чутьем. Но мы здесь ничего не теряли. Я как бы слышу скалей, но где они понять не могу. Скорее всего, в той закрытой комнате. Подсвечивал бы как-нибудь, ё-моё. Очень мне интересно изучать, бегать все комнаты. Патроны, картечь. Это что? Чуток не то, по-моему. Там за стеной, походу, стол для крафта. Ты кто?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Как он чертовски прав.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our
Блестящего врача.
situation?
Блестящего, похоронившего пациента.
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea. You can't take matters into your own hands.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and management, but he's no idea what happens here on a daily
В
basis.
смысле?
I did what I had to do.
Он главный врач этой больницы. Не понимаю.
Goodbye, nurse.
Понятно все
Call
с
me
вами.
if you need assistance.
Теперь мы найдем самого врача. Ну, здравствуй, дружок.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
Коронарное
He
шунтирование.
was also very confident about your future.
Знакомая
And look
процедурка.
at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Давай-ка мы с тобой пообщаемся о твоей врачебной ошибке.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Ну, он хотя бы не отрицает.
What was the nature of the mistake?
Передозировка.
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Да.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
I will cover
Да,
for you, Dr. Tibbets,
пусть работает.
by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to
Иначе я
myself.
чувствую, если будет меньше врачей,
I don't know what to say,
эпидемия будет
actually.
распространяться.
I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
My sweet girl.
Так. Вспомнить бы, где здесь еще лестница на второй этаж. Ага, вот. Идем в свой кабинет готовить зелье. Ну, на самом деле, врачеванием заниматься. Снадобья всякие. Изготовление предметов. У вас достаточно ингредиентов для создания лекарства. Средства от переутомления. Угу. На этом заканчиваем. Одно и не больше, а то жирно будет. Так, она ниже.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Не то
Yes,
слово.
nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Так, теперь мне нужно искушение крови. Не забывайте, кровь горожан дает много единиц опыта. Пока не вижу смысла кого-то есть. Если только того доктора, и то уже ближе к концу. Потому что сейчас смысла нет. Доктор
Please,
Свонзи.
Jonathan, come in.
Как он рад нас видеть.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
Бодрит.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
Этому нет логичного
I
объяснения.
cannot express my thrill at this
Да, трудно
serendipitous turn of
описать.
events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Ходячее
There is an
противоречие.
absurd poetry to my situation.
Врач, которому нужно
Heal
лечение.
thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Да, думаю, мы друг
I'm
другу
not some
нужны.
doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Что ж, познакомимся с этой леди Эшбери. О, боже мой, вот это рожа. Так. Ну, 40 метров, она где-то рядом совсем. А вы кто, сэр?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Давай посмотрим, что ты там предлагаешь. Так, это типа обрез, что ли? Дробовик. Дороговат дробовичок. Хлам.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily.
Это не
I take
та
comfort knowing
вампирша.
we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Это ж, по-моему, она.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Да.
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
Мое
I hope you're
почтение.
more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Да.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by
И
my
музыка ж
shame
такая
at
заиграла,
having
как во
put the
время
hospital at
расследования.
risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Не, ну извините.
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
Да.
I'll take care of it.
Что знаю.
Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Да.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them.
Да,
Keep their legs shut.
типичный просто человек в российской больнице.
Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. A daily routine.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Не совсем корректное отображение диалогов.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Goodbye, nurse.
We are horrific liars.
Первая готова. Шон, это не тот, которого мы спасли.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty
Радуйся, что
little
выжил,
mug
дружок.
right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
И все футболят к этой Джонс. Не она ли сама действительно... Так, дружок, ты там как?
Good evening, Mr.
Мы же тебя от вампира спасли.
How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Но он только прибыл, он вряд ли знает, что здесь происходит.
Someone's poached my blanket. Oh, the cold will be my death.
The pain. Here again.
Wait.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Нет, ну никого из них с мужиком я не застал. Пока что.
What can you tell me about
Пока.
the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Опа.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess.
Goodbye, nurse.
Это она. Это она, но мне никак не взять ее за жопу. Пока никак. Нет никаких утверждений. Никаких доказательств.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Сестра Крей. О, канализация. Так. Ну, его я, кажется, вижу. Очередной скаль.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Где он есть-то? Не совсем корректное отображение. Шиллинги. А! Хочу назад. Ты где есть-то? Где ты там орешь? Мать твою. Похилимся. Значит, он где-то здесь. Ух, ё. вообще-то живой? Я что-то уже не уверен. Да, меня всегда это забавляет. Так, кровь есть дальше. Ебать. Так. Ты делаешь рывок. Так, делаем 2 удара и отходим. Ай-яй. Давай-ка мы немножко похилимся. Ну, уже осталось немного. Джонатан, не подведи меня, мать твою. Хорош. Сила и мощь. Не, я, конечно, понимал, что здесь будет подобное говнишко. Я, конечно, понимал, что здесь будет подобное говнишко. Оборотни всякие и все такое. Ну, чтобы настолько. Купон сестры Крейн. Если вы больны, если у вас нет денег, неважно, кто вы, неважно откуда, обращайтесь за помощью к Доротее. Никакого обмана, никакой платы, никаких вопросов. Просто найдите дом Дариуса Петрейску и покажите этот купон.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Да, что затеяла сестра Крейн? Мне тоже теперь интересно. Ты где ты орешь-то? Может, он с другой стороны? Я его где-то пропускаю? Опасность миновала, дружок, выходи.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating.
И сейчас он такой выходит и скалей его за жопу.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Давай, вали отсюда. Мне нужен этот сундук. О! Гвоздичное масло. Плохо. Выходим. Здесь, я думаю, мы закончили. Теперь нужно искать сестру Крейн и узнать, какого рожна она делает. Что за бесплатные осмотры? Почему он полез в канализацию? Господи, это так. Не в ту сторону. Вот туда. О, да ладно. Вы даже здесь есть. Тартрат железа. Хинин. Мне еще и не к ней. Что ж, становится интересно. Окей. Это... Ладно, это было сильно. Победить двух боссов больше меня по левелу и отъехать от первого попавшего из скали на улице, орущего в подворотне, это, конечно, умею только я.
Place for you, sir. Sir, step away.
Я не могу останавливаться, сынок.
Best turn around in motion.
Да ну. Да чё они резко такими жесткими-то стали? Я вас понял. Ты типа мини-боссы, да? Да. Как я понимаю, мне куда-то сюда.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Нам нужно найти Петреску. И где этот утырок? Или она?
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Oh.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Не кисло, Крейн. А ты кто?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually,
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Ты знаешь
Do you
Крейн?
know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the
Открыла подпольную амбулаторию. Лечит бедняков. Не совсем понимаю, но надеюсь, сейчас пойму.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this
Интересный
medical
акцент.
leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Бронхит. И что же ты делаешь? Опа.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Так кто-то есть, чтобы тебя выслеживать?
I cannot enter. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Ну, пойдем сходим. Нам бы, конечно, убежище какое.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
То есть наша сестра Крейн — это эдакая добрая душа, которая лечит всех. Вы кто?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Не выходит из дома.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
I still have...
I don't know.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Не заражен ли он?
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
А то что это он так резко-то решил? В церковь-то походить. Заперто. Письмо Дариуса Петреску. Мои дорогие, горячо любимые дети, мне так жаль, что у вас несколько месяцев не было вестей от меня. В Лондоне сложная ситуация. Я знаю, что могу показаться эгоистом и дураком вам, мои дети. Ведь вы все еще живете в стране, где идет война. Но здесь, в Англии, тоже идет война. Война с бедностью и несправедливостью. Это война, в которой я намереваюсь участвовать, несмотря на свой непреклонный возраст. Вот почему я пишу вам сегодня. В Румынию я не вернусь. Это означает, что, вероятно, я вас больше не увижу. Не грустите, мои милые. Ведь вы уже взрослые, у вас свои дети. Вы знаете, на какие жертвы нужно идти, чтобы изменить мир. Вот жертва, которую должен принести я, чтобы снова почувствовать себя нужным. Желаю вам жить долго и счастливо. Поцелуйте от меня моих внуков. И помните, что отец любит вас, даже когда находится в этой холодной стране. Любящий вас отец Дариус Петреску.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
В церковь я войти не могу.
It's locked, all right.
И как мне, простите, попасть к нему, если я зайти туда не могу? То есть двери не открываются. Табличка сидит, можно табличку прочитать. Карантин. На территорию не заходить. Небольшой букет, в котором спрятан купон на бесплатный медосмотр.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. Amelia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well.
Не на того мы нарвались, Джонатан. Не на того.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Вот откуда этот акцент.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of you.
Крăciunescu. И тот пастырь тоже странный. Это Клейтон. Что у тебя? Переутомление. Откуда вас столько? Так, на этот раз я вроде с ними справился. Ну, первый блин был common. Так, это охотник. Я нашел
Good
тебя.
evening, sir.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious.
Отсылочки.
But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
I'll leave you alone. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Что мы знаем о Дариусе? Активист. Доктор. Пытается быть полезным и нужным. Говорит, что участвует в войне. Есть дети. Румын. Давай-ка еще разочек.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Я не собираюсь делать ей зла. Да вы больны, сэр. То есть они беженцы, которые приехали сюда, но попали не в лучшее время. И она одна из тех, что пытается всех спасти. Доротея Крейн.
Calm. I need help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
Как бы он не скопытился сейчас от боли.
Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, doctor.
Но у меня с собой же есть алкоголь.
He's still bleeding, doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery.
Если она уйдет, то я, скорее всего, его сам прикончу.
The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, doctor.
Я не врач. Как я должен знать, что ему сейчас сделать? Доза адреналина не должна по факту дать ему помереть. Умер? Ну. Умер.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Как я, блин, должен был знать, что мне здесь делать? Вот как? Это, блин, нелогично по меньшей мере. Вот...
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Нет, убивать я ее не стану.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Что это?
This one stinks already. Die! Filthy piece of shit!
Так и нашли они нас. Пришли они за мной. Утырки.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Doctor. If you want,
We've not been.
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Так, ладненько.
Goodbye.
Меня не очень интересует ваша личная жизнь. Мне нужно Кэшбери.
When science fails you, this leaves you.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it?
По этой улице и направо. Там, по сути, практически до конца. Это тяжелый, это понятно, что он тяжелый. Пытаемся как-нибудь исправить. Если бы я Крейн убил, то, мне кажется, оно было еще тяжелее.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Я, конечно, небольшой любитель скалей, но охотников я люблю еще меньше. Это типа очередной босс, да? Батий Калавратий. Обойти я их, походу, никак не смогу. И меня это удручает. Так. 1300. Да, пожалуй, возьмем. А копье? 2000. Сойдет. Три небольших копья. А, это через всех. Одно, но очень сильное. Увеличить запас крови. Здоровье тактическое. Теневая завеса. Нет, наверное, выносливость давайте повысим. На троечку. Тщетные полицейские облавы. Понятненько. Стоп, а есть там верстак? Есть. Так, бич дракона. А мне не хватает. Ампутационный нож лучше. Больше крови будем поглощать. Игрушки. Мне обязательно здесь проходить? Да, черт возьми, обязательно. Откуда ж вас столько вылезало-то? Давай-ка мы у тебя немножко крови заберем. Чудесно.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Какой живучий попался. Один. А ты хорош. Что там, еще один? Два босса легли. Надеюсь, на этом все. Да, вроде все. Хотели меня поймать? Поймали. Надеюсь, тот факт, что мы оставили жизнь сестре Крейн, никак не скажется на судьбе Эшбери. Потому что она все-таки может продолжить. Может продолжить. О. Так это была правда.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
Вряд ли я стану прям таким же.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this
eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Почему вы спасли меня?
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter skull.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity?
Да,
it feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Ну не она меня создала, зачем мне этот вопрос?
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I don't...
That is a...
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Джонатан пил его кровь.
I bid you farewell.
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Да, как бы у нее там вся ее лечебница не была заражена. Вот будет умора. Как все плохо складывается, да?
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Вот и подошла к концу еще одна очередная глава в истории игры Vampyr. Думаю, на этом мы с вами будем заканчивать. Продолжение будет уже очень скоро. Всем пока-пока, спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте пальчики вверх, подписывайтесь.